Good day. This tutorial is going to be called creating a Google form. This Google form can be embedded in any learning management system. We're going to create one to be embedded into an Edmodo learning management system. Let's get started. Head right to your Google Drive. Once you're in Google Drive, all you have to do is tap right here, create, and we're going to go down to create a form. When you arrive at the form, first thing I'm going to do is change the title of the form. To do that, all I did was click right next to form. A cursor appeared, and we're going to call this, what is your Edmodo group? And I'm not going to put a description in, so I'm done in that section. Oh, I'm going to jump back up here, form settings. Require North Penn School District login to view this form. Okay, for now I'm going to say yes. Automatically collect respondents' district username. I don't necessarily need to do that, but we will. Show progress bar. There's only going to be 3 questions, so we don't have to show progress bar. Only allow 1 response per person. And shuffle question order. Once again, we don't need to do some of these items because it's going to be short and simple. You can do this for your students too. Create a simple questionnaire with just a couple questions on it. My first question that I'm shooting out there is, what school do you teach in? What school do you teach in? And this is going to be a, let's see, multiple choice, choose from a list. Let's do choose from a list. I can make it a simple text question, and for that the respondent would only have to fill in a text box. It could be anything. Paragraph text would allow them certainly more space than just 1 or 2 words. Multiple choice, self-explanatory check boxes. It's going to present all of your options in a row, and choose from list. Actually, I'm going to do check boxes. Check boxes, and I'm going to put in my first school. My first school is Bridal Path. Next school is Gwenor. And I'm going to pause right here. I'll come back. All I have to do is click here to add another option, and then I'm ready for option 3, which is Gwinnett Square. But I'm going to pause, enter into the rest of the schools, and then I'll be right back. Just about finished the list. I have 1 more to go, and that is North Penn High School. And now I'm going to click down here and say, is it a required question? Well, all of my questions on this particular form are going to be required, and then I'm going to say done. So as you can see, what school do you teach in? I'm going to change this. I'm going to say, where do you teach? To do that, all I had to do was click right over here on this little edit key, and I was able to change the question. It doesn't need any help text. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm done. And now I want to add an item. What do I want to add? My next question is going to be, what grade do you teach? And I'm going to do check boxes again. Check boxes. What grade do you teach? And I'm going to do check boxes again. And this will be kindergarten 1. And now I know you're saying, do we have to go through all the grades? No. I'll be back to you in a split second. The job will be done. Task will be complete. Seems like we're just here. And as you can see, all of my grades are now entered. I'm going to make this a required question and say done. And I'm going to add one more item to my form. And this time the item is going to be, well, I'm going to ask for the code. So I think it's just going to be a simple text box. And the question is, what is the code for your new Edmodo class? And now I'm going to add a little help text on this one. On the left side of your screen, please give me the group code in order to join your class. Question, done. Help text, done. This is a required question, done. Now if I scroll down, I'm actually going to have to change my window a little bit so that you can see down here. Show link to submit another response. I don't have to show the link to submit another response, although in some forms, if they're going to be visiting it on throughout multiple visits, then you might want the link to show so that they don't have to keep going back into Google Forms or going back in. Then you could just hit a link and it'll take them right to this finished form. Publish and show a public link to form results. Once this form starts being filled out by participants, I'm going to be able to view the responses. Down here, this asks me if I want to publish and show the public link to the form results. I don't necessarily want everyone knowing your group code to get into your Edmodo. So this I'm not checking off. Allow responders to edit responses after submitting. Same thing, I don't really want someone going back in and editing the form, so I'm going to say, I'm just going to leave that one blank as well. And then this bottom piece says, do you want to send the form? So I'm going to check it even though you can't see it in your screen. Send form. Now it asks me, here's the link to share. I'm going to copy this link. If I want a shorter URL, I can grab a shorter URL. If I want to embed, I can just click. I can use the link or I can use the embed code. So here's the embed code I'm not going to grab that. If I want other people to be able to edit, I want to go back a screen. Let me see if I can get that back. Well, let me go back. Nope, can't go back. This is a very important page. Oftentimes people get tripped up here because they supply the link to get to their form, but this area right here, it says private and only you can access. So they published the link to the form, but the form isn't actually published yet. You have to go to this box, change, anyone with the link, and then anyone who can access this form can edit this form. I can change that as well. So right now I'm going to just leave it at anyone can edit. Now I'm going to save that. It tells me that I am the owner. Anyone who has the link can indeed edit. If I want to invite people to this form, I could do it right here. I prefer just to grab the link and send a regular email, but you can do it right through this feature. If you're using it in your class, your students may or may not have emails. For primary grades and intermediate grades, you probably don't have emails for the students, and so you would just have to paste that link. And since we're using Edmodo, it makes it very easy to go to the Edmodo and just paste that link in. So for now, I'm done, and now I can go out and view what this live form is going to look like. What is your Edmodo group? Your username is being recorded. And where do I teach? What grade do you teach? And what is the code for your new Edmodo class? Then all they have to do is submit. Now I'm going to jump over into Edmodo. Actually, I'm going to pause for a moment, bring you back once I'm in Edmodo. We are back into my Edmodo account now, which should be looking a little bit familiar to you at this point. And I'm going to go home. I'm already there. And I'm going to go over here, type a note. And in my note section, I'm going to say, please fill out this form. And then hit submit. I know we shouldn't have to say hit submit, but we probably do. And down here, this is going to be a link, and I'm going to attach the link, and title is, oh, now look what happened here. They have to sign into their Google account. And I don't really want that to be the case because, all right, they're going to have to sign in. As teachers, we have to sign into our Google account. But if I were using this for students, I would have to change one of my settings. So we're going to go back and change one of those settings. But for now, I'm going to send this form out to high-level testing site, and I'm going to send, and here's, see, I went right to the form because I was already signed in, but if you're a student, we're going to have to change this. And so I'm going up here to edit this form, and once I get to edit I have to take off require North Penn School District login. Do not require sign in. Yep. That means anyone's going to be able to use this form that has the link. So now what you might want to do is add a question. As a teacher, you might want to add a question and have that question be the student's name. And I want to go back now and view live form. Looking good. And I'm going to go to edit this form again. And the reason I'm going to edit this form is so that I can go to the end down here. You can't see it, but I'm tapping on send form so that I can get to my screen. And I want to grab this. Copy. And I'm going to go back to Edmodo if I can find it. Edmodo. Try again. Link. Now, same form, I just opened it so that anyone can do it. High level. Now I'm going to have it so that parents can do it as well. Enter their information on this form. Send. And you can see the difference in my links. This one is what is your Edmodo group, and this one took you right to sign in. That's because of that sign in. You must be part of North Penn School District to fill out this form. All right, that's it. Thank you. Good luck with making your Google Forms.